We're now going to focus on how we edit the buttons that appear within our relevant shortcode sections. And to begin with, we're going to take a look at the lesson type shortcode categories. If we look on our home page and our lesson type section, we can see here that we've got our 6 lesson types visible within this category. If we refresh the page, we can look under lesson type number 1 that we have 3 buttons that are visible: book a lesson, purchase a gift, book a class. We also have a read more button visible under our short description, and then within the pop-up we have a read more button. We're going to take a look at how we would edit these buttons, edit which buttons appear within our lesson type sections, and edit the URL in which these buttons will link to. Let's head across to our category. We're going to head to our home page category within our lesson types tab and navigate across to the count column and click on the number. Let's go ahead and edit lesson type number 1. If we navigate down the page, we can now see our 3 pre-built lesson button options: book a lesson, purchase a gift, book a class. We need to associate these buttons so they match with the lesson type that is appearing above. Whenever we have text added to these sections, it automatically means that the button will appear. So in this example, we have a URL added to each section, therefore underneath lesson type 1, we have 3 buttons that are appearing. If, for instance, lesson type number 1 related to one-to-one lessons, the user journey therefore wouldn't make sense to have a book a class button appearing. For us to hide the book a class button, we simply need to remove all of the text that appears within the section and click Update. If we refresh the page, we will now see that there are only 2 buttons visible. If we want all buttons to be hidden, we simply need to remove all of the text from each section and click Update. We can now see that there are no buttons appearing under this section. We now have a Read More button appearing underneath the short description. If we don't want the Read More link to appear underneath our short description, we simply need to remove the text from the section and click Update. We can now see that our Read More button has disappeared underneath the short description. Let's add that text back in so the Read More button appears. Underneath this section, we now have the option to add a Read More button that exists within the pop-up. This is useful if you want to display a small bit of information on, say, a home page relating to a lesson type, but then get the user to click through to a different page on your website for more information. By having text visible within this section, the button will appear within the modal. If we want to add text to exist within the modal, but we don't feel it's appropriate to have a Read More button, then we can remove the button from being visible by simply getting rid of the text that exists within the section and click Update. We can now see that the Read More button has disappeared. We're now going to focus on how we can edit the buttons that appear within the coaching team or coaching bio sections. If we navigate down our home page, we can see the Meet the Coaching Team section with one coach visible. We can see here that we have 2 buttons, Book a Lesson and Read Bio. The Read Bio button automatically links to the drop-down section, but we can edit the button, the Book a Lesson button, and where it navigates to. To do this, we need to navigate to our correct category within our Coaches tab and navigate across to the Count column. We now need to choose the correct coach. And if we navigate down the page, we can see the Book a Lesson URL. By removing the information, the URL within this section, and clicking Update, and refreshing the page, we will see that the button will automatically disappear, meaning that we can just link this to the Read Bio drop-down. Any information that's visible within the Book a Lesson URL option will mean that the button will be visible within this section. Let's now focus on how we can edit the button that can appear within your Practice Facilities section. We navigate to our live website page and navigate down to our Practice Facilities section. We have the option to add a button within the pop-up modal once a customer clicks on the relevant icon. For this example, I have an indoor coaching facility, and I have a specific page on my website where I showcase information to customers about this facility. And I want to link the pop-up button that is visible within the pop-up so that it links to the correct page. Currently, this button isn't showing. To do this, we navigate across to our Practice Facility tabs and choose Categories, and click on the count next to our All category. Find the relevant facility, grab the URL for the page, by copying it from the browser, and then enter it in the Read More section at the bottom. Click Update. If we navigate back to our Coaching Facilities section, click on the icon, we can now see the Read More button is appearing within the pop-up.